You think top students spend more time studying. Wrong. MIT's honor roll students clock fewer hours than the dropouts. The Navy SEAL memorize manuals faster than the washouts. The difference is not effort, it is method. And most of you are using the wrong one. Your brain is not a hard drive. It is a leaky bucket. You pour information in and within 24 hours most of it is gone. Hermann Ebbinghaus proved this in 1885. He tested his own memory and found he forgot 70% of new information within a day. You are no different, but top students know the leak exists. They plug it. You do not. That is why they win. Chapter 1. You are rereading and failing. Most people think reading something 3 times makes it stick. Wrong. Rereading is the most popular study method and the least effective. Jeffrey Karpicke at Purdue ran a study with students preparing for a test. One group reread the material 4 times. The other group read it once then tested themselves. A week later, the self-testing group remembered 50% more. The rereading group felt confident. They were idiots. Confidence is not competence. Your brain tricks you. Familiarity feels like mastery. It is not. When you reread a page, it looks easy because you just saw it. That is recognition. Recognition is useless on test day. You need retrieval. Top students close the book and force recall. You highlight and nod along like it means something. It does not. Chapter 2. The testing effect is not about tests. You think testing is how you measure learning. Wrong. Testing is how you create learning. Roediger and Karpicke published this in Science. They called it the testing effect. Every time you pull information from memory, you rewire that neural pathway. You make it stronger, faster, more permanent. Reading is passive. Your brain is lazy. It does not encode what it does not need. But retrieval is pain. Your brain thinks if I need to recall this, I better keep it. That struggle is the signal. No struggle, no storage. Top students do not review notes. They quiz themselves until it hurts. The book Make It Stick breaks this down in detail. The authors are cognitive scientists. They tested thousands of students. The conclusion is brutal. Easy studying feels productive and produces nothing. Hard studying feels slow and produces everything. You are optimizing for the wrong variable. You want to feel good during study. Top students want to perform well during tests. Pick one. Chapter 3. Spaced repetition makes you unfair. Most people cram the night before. Wrong. Your brain does not work on your schedule. It works on a forgetting curve. Ebbinghaus mapped it. You forget fast at first, then the curve flattens. If you review right before you forget, the memory gets stronger and lasts longer. Each review pushes the curve out. This is spaced repetition. Anki users know this. Anki is software built on spaced repetition algorithms. Medical students use it to memorize 10,000 flashcards. They review each card right before their brain dumps it. The app calculates the intervals. 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. It is ruthless and it works. Top students do not study harder. They study at the exact moment the brain is about to forget. You study in one desperate block and wonder why it is gone by Friday. You are fighting biology. They are using it. Hit subscribe before you forget. We fix leaky brains here. Chapter 4. Interleaving destroys blocked practice. You think mastering topic and then moving to topic B makes sense. Wrong. That is blocked practice and it is garbage for long-term retention. Interleaving is mixing problems from different topics in one session. You do topic A, then topic C, then topic B, then topic A again. It feels confusing. It feels slow. Good. That confusion is desirable difficulty. Robert Bjork at UCLA coined that term. When your brain has to keep switching gears, it works harder to identify which strategy fits which problem. Blocked practice lets you coast. You solve 10 algebra problems in a row and your brain goes into autopilot. You are not learning. You are repeating. On test day, problems are mixed. You need to recognize what type of problem it is before you solve it. Interleaving trains that skill. Blocked practice does not. Top students mix their problem sets. You do Chapter 3 homework after Chapter 3 class and call it progress. You are training for a world that does not exist. Chapter 5. The 80-20 rule cuts the waste. Most people think they need to study everything equally. Wrong. 20% of the material produces 80% of the results. This is Pareto's principle. Top students identify the high-value 20% fast. They drill that until it is automatic. You treat every topic like it matters the same. It does not. Some concepts are foundations, some are decoration. Cal Newport wrote about this in How to Become a Straight A Student. He interviewed top performers at Ivy League schools. They did not work harder. They worked smarter. They went to office hours and asked one question: what is actually going to be on the exam? Then they ignored everything else. You study the footnotes and wonder why you run out of time. Top students are ruthless with priority. They let the low-value stuff go. You are not disciplined enough to do that, so you drown in volume and retain nothing. Chapter 6. Active recall is the only thing that matters. You think understanding is the goal. Wrong. Retrieval is the goal. You can understand something perfectly in the moment and forget it an hour later. Joshua Foer wrote Moonwalking with Einstein about memory champions. These people memorize the order of shuffled decks in under a minute. They are not geniuses. They use retrieval techniques. They do not passively review. They actively reconstruct. Top students finish a lecture and immediately write down everything they remember without looking. That is a retrieval dump. It is ugly. It is incomplete. It is exactly what your brain needs. You review your perfect color-coded notes and think you are winning. You are not encoding anything. The neural pathway for retrieval is different from the pathway for recognition. You are training the wrong one. On the exam, there are no notes, no highlights, no textbook, just you and a blank page. If you did not practice blank page retrieval, you will fail. Top students practice the exact condition of the test. You practice a fantasy version where all the answers are in front of you. But here is the problem, though. Most students know this and still do not do it. Why? Because it feels bad. Retrieval practice is hard. You get things wrong. You feel stupid. Your ego hates it, so you go back to rereading because it feels smooth. It feels like progress. That feeling is a lie. Anders Ericsson spent decades researching expert performance. He found one thing separates the best from the rest: deliberate practice. That means working at the edge of your ability where you fail often. Average people avoid discomfort. Elite performers live in it. You optimize for feeling smart during study. Top students optimize for being smart during tests. Those are not the same thing. Here is what you do today. Close this video. Grab your hardest subject. Do not open the textbook. Take a blank sheet of paper and write everything you remember about the last topic. No cheating, no peeking. When you get stuck, sit there and struggle. That struggle is growth. Then check your answers. Find the gaps. Those gaps are your study list. Ignore everything else. Tomorrow, test yourself again on the same material. Then 3 days later. Then a week later. Space it out. Mix in problems from old chapters. Make it messy. Make it hard. That is how you win. Your competition is rereading. Your competition is highlighting. Your competition is cramming. They are using broken methods and blaming themselves when it does not work. You now know what top students actually do. Active recall, spaced repetition, interleaving. The 80-20 rule, these are not secrets. They are published. They are proven. Most people just will not do them because they are uncomfortable. You are not most people, or maybe you are. Your next test will tell me. That is why I made the video breaking down exactly how to build a spaced repetition system from zero, even if you have never used Anki before. Watch that next. Fix your method or stay average. Your choice.